I'm sure you will remember the terrible story of Mohamed Merah, the gunman, of course, who went on a shooting rampage in Toulouse in the south of France. Now, he killed 7 people, including the son of Latifa Ibn Ziaten. Now, after the tragedy, she created an NGO named after her son, Imad, and she's been crisscrossing France, delivering a message of hope and peace. Now, this time, she's taken a group of 17 French journalists, French youngsters rather, to Israel and to the Palestinian territories. Her aim to help them not to judge a book by its cover and accept every religion.
Jerusalem, holy to millions around the world. Here, Jews, Muslims and Christians live side by side. A city dotted with holy places, churches, mosques, and the Western Wall.
This is the way of sorrows. The signs are written in Arabic and in Hebrew. On this side, I'm in the Christian neighborhood. On that side, I'm in the Muslim neighborhood.
This is a unique place to discuss with these teenagers how to live together.
Our goal is to learn how to live together and to make these young people ambassadors of peace. They need to learn how to share this message of peace.
They actually began their training as ambassadors of peace several weeks ago in Paris. These Christian and Muslim teenagers learned about the foundations of the 3 main monotheistic religions in just one day. Some of them visiting a church, a synagogue or a mosque for the very first time.
There are no chairs, no benches here in order to pray. You need to get on your knees.
It all began with this Muslim mother, Latifa Ibn Ziaten. Her son, Imad, was shot dead by the French Islamist terrorist Mohamed Merah in March 2012. She could have hated the world for it, but she chose to love.
These young hearts would be empty without knowledge. We need to feed them with knowledge and respect, despite all the differences.
Of all places, Latifa Ibn Ziaten set her eyes on Israel and the Palestinian territories to try and open these teenagers' hearts and minds. Their first stop, Jerusalem. They were about to live a unique experience. Like thousands of people before them, rich and poor, weak and strong, they wrote a secret prayer on a small piece of paper, then tucked it between the ancient stones.
We wish happiness to everyone around us, especially those who live in a conflict zone.
There are many misconceptions about the people who live here, but now we're meeting them. It's changing the way we see them.
Later on, they saw the Holy Sepulchre, where some Christians believe Christ was crucified and buried before resurrecting from the dead. Latifa was moved by the visit.
Just 20 meters away from here, we saw surats of Quran at the Umar al-Khattab Mosque. And then, 500 meters away from there, we were in the Jewish neighborhood. This is a unique moment for us.
But then, trouble began. As the group was walking towards the Al-Aqsa Mosque, a security guard asked the teenagers about their religions. In spite of all Latifa's efforts, the guard split the group by religion.
There are several doors and non-Muslims are not allowed to go through some of them. So we're going to try and use another entry.
The security guards prevented the non-Muslim students from going through the gate. A blow to Latifa, but she kept her head high.
I tried to explain to him. I told him, we're here to learn how to live together in harmony. That's why we're here. And he said, no, you can't go through. We mustn't give up. On the contrary, we need to go forward and to fight for a better life together.
In the evening, they saw a brighter side of Jerusalem. with a rare opportunity to have their first Shabbat dinner with a Jewish family.
Imad was a strong boy. The way he left this world, he left us a message. And I have to pass on that message.
You've lost a son, but I think you've become France's mother. Everyone's mother.
Latifa blushed. Meanwhile, these teenagers enjoyed a cheerful dinner, late through the night. The next day, they went to Ramallah in the West Bank for a quick visit of the French Cultural Center. Once again, Latifa was confronted with the reality of life under occupation.
We need to build ties and to get closer to each other. I know it's difficult, but we've got to do it.
We can't afford to create an association for every martyr. There are too many. People tell us there's a religious problem in Palestine, but the real problem is the occupation. Everyone knows that. The entire world has to help us fight against the occupation.
Despite these confrontations, Latifa remained hopeful.
I think we've managed to do something positive here. And that's what we'll also take back to France. We've passed on a peaceful message, and we'll keep on doing it in our own country.
Her eyes set on the prize, Latifa is on a mission to spread a message of tolerance and peace in France and the Middle East.